Hello and welcome to Witness. I'm Raggy Omar. Situated on Cape Town's Atlantic seaboard, Sea Point was once a rich whites-only suburb. Apartheid kept all the social problems of the townships far away. But when apartheid collapsed, all this changed. Now, entire blocks have been taken over by drug lords and prostitutes, while shootouts happen in broad daylight. Property prices have plummeted. The suburb's original residents are mostly white, middle-aged and middle class, and now they're fighting back. They've taken to patrolling at night to try to make the prostitutes and drug dealers so uncomfortable they simply move away. But the homeless also get caught up in the dragnet. Director Francois Verster investigates the morally ambivalent business of reclaiming the streets.
For the second time in 2 decades, Sea Point is changing. 10 years ago, many people fled, if not crime, then having to deal with change. Today, urban regeneration has made it a developer's dream, but social conflicts are far from resolved. What is good for consumers and for tourists is not necessarily good for the poor. J.P. Smith is the elected municipal councillor for Sea Point. He is admired by his supporters for his hands-on approach to local issues.
You'll consider supporting our petition in trying to get over 1,000 signatures so I can take it to the courts and say, please take the offences, the taxi offences seriously. Specifically the touting for business the whole time.
Hey, yours! How can you just park in the street like this? There's a parking bay right in front of you, but you park in the street and you block everybody. No, it's still, and the street doesn't belong to you.
Look, we don't mind the taxis being here, just ask that you be a little bit more considerate. Just keep in mind other people also have to use the road, it's a narrow road. Okay.
In his youth, JP was a communist and anti-conscription campaigner. These days, he describes himself as a social democrat.
My friends and stuff who know me, who now see me in public office and who hear me on the radio, who see my name in the newspaper, find it strange that I should be in public life, considering how quiet and reserved I normally am. I think commitment is very important. If anything, if as a privileged South African, if you've had the benefit of certain advantages, if anything, your commitment extends to giving back as much as you can, try and create a better environment than you're in, and trying to make sure that other people benefit from that. This is an exceedingly multiracial, cosmopolitan place. People believe Sea Point is much worse than it is. People think crime here is a lot worse than it is. And on the other side, you've got the problems of the very poor, loads of unemployed people, people who are rifling through dirt bins, domestic workers eking out an existence in backyards and slum buildings.
Recent new municipal bylaws have made the area safer and more comfortable for the affluent, but these have invariably made life more difficult for the poor. The poorest of the poor are the homeless. Aubrey Reuters is one of around 80 long-term homeless inhabitants of the area. He has been living between the streets and the beachfront here for over a decade. Community groups have had some success with finding shelter and employment for homeless people from the area, but many are resistant, seeing social welfare as a form of exclusion.
Hulle gaan plekke maak, soos bijvoorbeeld nou skole, wat ons soort mense kan nou gaan train. Jy staan hier nog gaan train, maar jy staan heel dag met 'n fucking besig maar vier. Maar as jy net 'n kar kan paga, as jy net 'n kar kan paga, as jy net hier is die geel. Kom. Pisu. Wat jy nou? Politie is nou menselijk samen met ons hier op de straat. En dat is menselijk. Dat is niet die security die heel bubbel nou zo kom aangaan. Het is overal die welkom hier niet. Overal die. Hier niet welkom hier. Ik heb met hammer als Zuid-Afrikaner. Ik heb met hammer een burger van die land, man.
The process of urban redevelopment does not address the deeper causes of social conflicts. It is on the streets, and especially at night, that the effects of ongoing poverty and inequality become visible. The Yellow Bib campaign, a group of local community activists, go out one night every week on a so-called crime walk. JP is an active member.
Okay, people, I know that you've heard this before, but we do have some new people here this evening. So also mingle and introduce yourselves because we want to encourage them to come again. We have got backup. City Police also will be joining us, as well as other backup should we need it.
Most members of the Yellow Bib campaign are ordinary residents who simply want a clean and safe environment.
We're there as a deterrent, that's what we're there. It's the visibility that has certainly helped. You know, as they see us coming, especially in some of the hotspot areas, they disappear immediately. We look at the statistics each week and then we'll stop outside hotspots and basically stand there and observe for a while and then we'll move on.
This is previously Hilmer Court, now called Aquarius. The owner is notorious Sea Point slumlord. We've been starting a name and shame campaign against them, making sure people understand who it is that's inflicting this on us. He's a scumbag, he's a slumlord. It's people like him that drag Sea Point out. Dealers who used to trade on that corner now sometimes trade around the bottom here and then they had their stuff between the rocks.
That smells like nothing. No, you can. You can smell. Of course
You can smell it. You're not used to it, that's why. You don't know the difference.
Slum areas have been improved, and the prostitutes and drug dealers have learned to quickly move away when Yellow Bib members approach. But the homeless still remain, making them an easy target in the Yellow Bib's efforts to clean up the streets.
The impact of large numbers of homeless people on your streets kills a business area, and that I've seen with my own eyes, and I've seen how the gradually pulling street people off the streets has helped this area recover and resuscitate.
The van available?
Hy het wel nie regtig veel mental nie om te slaap hierso.
Ons wag wakker mense op die straat en hulle help julle leef op die straat hier. Want môre is jy nog hier en volgende maand is jy nog steeds hier en die maand daarna is jy nog steeds hier.
The Yellow Bib campaign's outreach program has found jobs and homes for some of the homeless, and it has on occasion reunited missing persons with their families. But the ones they have not helped are those they know best, the homeless who want to drink, who want to remain in Sea Point rather than go to shelters elsewhere, and whose often antisocial lifestyle clashes with the law.
This is Heart 104.9, Thursday mornings, 7 a.m. Councillor JP Smith joins us, as usual. We'll take a couple of your calls, folks. Jenny is on the line from OBS. Good morning, Jenny.
Why are the rates not done according to services that are supplied by the municipality?
Jenny, I think that's a controversial issue. And the truth is that the rates, the way the Property Rating Act is written, and it's national legislation, it has become a cross-subsidising mechanism. So they have cross-subsidised, they have nots. And that's unfortunately how it works. It has, in quotes, become a wealth tax.
Aubrey comes from a rural area far from Cape Town. After a difficult and impoverished childhood, he landed in reform school, where he became strongly religious.
Ik heb gewerkt en ik heb moeilijkheid gemaakt. Ik ben gegaan naar die gevangenis. Ik heb vonnis gekregen. Ik ben vonnis uitgediend. terugkom. Vrienden zijn rechter. Gedraai op mij. Je gaat zo eenzaam gevoel dat ik kan naar Jazeera, maar en de gevangenis waren blijven. Ik kon maar blijven in de gevangenis.
Thank you, councillors.
I'm proud to say that the new Streets and Public Places bylaw, which will permit us to put in place licensing systems for informal car park attendants, car washers, as well as roving traders, which will go to full council at the next council meeting.
These bylaws, which JP Smith is pushing for, have limited informal means of income and make employment almost impossible for the long-term homeless.
Die man had ervoor gewerkt, hij heeft bij van mij gehouden. Hij heeft een blijplek aangebied. In je toilet buiten gaan, in je kamer. En you know, start drinking, sitting there in Thames Bay on the beach, drinking, making scandal. Je weet wat alles zo laat hier mee aan. Alles is zo hier mee aan gegaan. Als ik zo in kan zitten, dan kan ik bij je. Kom er mee op. Als ik vandaan van dood ga, dan gaat het mee gebeuren. Vandaag met 18 mensen mee. 8 miljoen. Iemand die weer raakt. Kapiran? Kapiran? Ja, graag man. Oké. 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 Eerst wachten dat iedereen iets naar je leven toe. Dat is vrede van mijzelf. Ja, dat is vrede. Maar ik kan niet. Vrede vind ik. Als ik hier ga vechten, dan ik moet vechten.
After the break, sparks fly when JP and Aubrey meet up again in a darkened alley where Aubrey is hoping to go to sleep.